Joining us this evening, RP Singh, National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Jasmine Shah, National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Kapil Madan, lawyer and political commentator. I'm going to thank you all for your time this evening here on India Today. I want to begin by asking RP Singh, the National Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, about how the BJP is looking at Atishi as the next Chief Minister of Delhi. She holds 13 portfolios and has in fact, experience when it comes to governance. A sense of positivity, maybe, Mr. RP Singh?
Well, first, congratulations to Atishi to be nominated as the Chief Minister by her party. But let's understand, she was the Education Minister and she was part of the Mr. Sisodia's team also before becoming the Education Minister. Let's start with that on how Delhi has performed on that. Every year, from last few years, 9th and 11th standard students, more than 1 lakh students, are retained back by Delhi government, and then they are sent to open school because they want to improve the result of 11th, 10th and 12th. So this is the condition of Delhi education. Also, Justice Manmohan, who happens to Chief Justice of City, acting Chief Justice of City, in month of April, made a certain observations on Delhi education model. He said schools are run under 10 shades, more than 120 children in a class, and the conditions are in third rate. I mean, they are in bad condition as far as schools go.
Okay.
So this is the model which they have done in last few years. Now coming to Delhi water crisis. Your channel has covered how Delhi has suffered the water crisis this summer. People are running after tankers. Sewage issue. People died because young children died because of the sewage issue in city. Let's talk about more, the health model. Each model can be discussed, health model. Children died because of the wrong medicine prescribed, and there were big fake testing which was happening, fakely in the testing which was happening in Delhi, in Mohalla clinics. So if that is a model, that's a model. But Delhi will still remember one thing, which is when they go for seeking for vote, and that thing which Delhi will remember is this. Which will Delhi remember? See, whenever they see Kejriwal, they'll be reminded of this.
What's that?
Delhi has suffered because of that.
Okay.
The bottle of whiskey. That's the bottle of whiskey.
Okay,
so
all right.
So Delhi has suffered because of that, and then that 1+1 free events outside schools, hospitals, and gurdwaras and mandirs. So people have suffered, and
people have suffered. I'll take that to Jasmine Shah. Jasmine Shah, people have suffered. It's been a failure of governance, says the Bharatiya Janata Party. Yes, there are problems, there are issues. He is partly correct, or rather he is correct when he points out to many of these lapses on the part of your government, and also when it comes to the liquor scam. That taint hasn't been wiped away, isn't it, Jasmine Shah?
No, absolutely not. I think by now people of this country know not to take BJP seriously. And I would urge you also not to take whatever they say at face value. The reality is this is one of the most popularly elected governments in Indian history, not just at present. 90% of assembly seats are with Aam Aadmi Party for the past 10 years. That itself shows that what Mr. RP Singh says, 99% probably is untrue. To the extent that, yes, a few gaps are there in governance, we are always determined to work towards that. Mr. RP Singh will never compare the work of Gujarat government, where they've been ruling for 27 years, and what is the condition of their schools. After 27 years in power, if the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, wanted to go to Gujarat in a government schools, he did not even step foot inside a real government school. They had to build a studio and a tent and make him sit there and click photographs. So that shows the reality of what is happening in BJP ruled states and what is happening in...
But there's a lot to be left. There's a lot to be completed, isn't it? Jasmine Shah, I want to ask you. Because a lot of what you were promised. And elections are just around the corner, and about half a year from now. And a lot of work needs to be done. It hasn't been done. Is the problem here? Is a concern here? There have been setbacks. There have been problems the way you function with the Lieutenant Governor. You say is not allowing you to work in the national capital. So all said and done, there's a backlog of work is what I'm trying to ask you, isn't it?
No, there's no backlog of work. There is a very well-planned conspiracy. And I think you should ask the BJP gentleman that every time there is a lapse in governance and the Aam Aadmi Party our government request the LG to fire the bureaucrats, because I think you are aware and all your viewers are aware that BJP has illegally taken control over Delhi's bureaucracy. So this incident of where, the unfortunately 3 UPSC students lost their lives, we immediately said that fire all the officials. The BJP will come on national air and blame the government. But when it comes to holding the bureaucrats accountable, they will never do that.
Okay.
In any instance like this, I'll give you another instance. For 3 months, the bureaucracy of Delhi stopped all the medicines of Mohalla clinics. We asked the health secretary to be fired. BJP smiled at that request. LG smiled at that request. What does this show? This is all orchestrated. And the reality is that today, despite all these obstacles, Aam Aadmi Party has been functioning better than any BJP ruled government.
I want to put that question immediately to RP Singh, but RP Singh, your answer has to be very pointed, because my question is very pointed. The first charge is that when action was required to be taken in the case of the UPSC students who drowned tragically and died, 3 of them, you did not take action against the bureaucrats. Is what the Aam Aadmi Party is seeing, a specific response to that?
Specific and a pointed answer. Just a week before the incident, the mayor, I will send you a video, mayor was chest thumping that we have completed 98% of the things. Sir, I know, just we don't do that.
But that's not the answer to my question. RP Singh, my answer to you.
I'm giving you, I'm answering you.
Okay, answer. Yes.
Give me a second. So she was just something that we have got the 98% of the things clean, the sewage system, drainage system clean. Just a week before. So, if the police, if the administrative officer not working there, how could she just thump and say 98% of the sewage has been cleaned? And if that is the case that LG is not allowing them to function, then how do they claim that what they claim that they have done to Delhi? No, that's the problem. Chit bhi meri, pat bhi meri. I mean, every side of the coin is there. Whether they lose or whether they win.
But action against bureaucrats? Jasmine Shah is saying there has to be action, and they had, in fact, the government had recommended action against bureaucrats. Heads should have rolled is what he's saying. You prevented it.
So they could have sat down dharna outside LG office for that reason. But
oh,
they
come
don't,
on,
because
Mr.
they are hand in, give me a second, please. They are hand in glove with the same officials. How can the mayor claim a week before that she has got 98% drainage clean and then ask for sacking the same official? And one more thing on the ministry today. I congratulated Atishi, but let's understand what did Kejriwal has done. He has got 5 ministers. He could have got a scheduled caste minister also. Delhi has a big scheduled caste population.
Okay.
Why don't their aspirations be met with? And a Sikh also. I mean, Sikh. Always there has been a Sikh minister.
Okay, that is another argument. Let me bring in Kapil Madan also, who's been very patiently waiting, because I just wanted RP Singh to answer that specific charge of Jasmine Shah. Kapil Madan, how do you look at today's developments? First of all, very interesting and perhaps expected that Atishi gets around about 13 portfolios. I mean, that's a lot of work for the Chief Minister, given that the previous Chief Minister had none. How do you look at this, first of all?
I would say, I'll begin by saying that Atishi would have a very tough road ahead as a CM. Now, if you look at, what has happened in the last 6 to 7 months,
yes,
all the senior leaders have been facing prosecutions, and Mr. Kejriwal, Mr. Sisodia, Sanjay Singh, all of them have been behind bars. So, yes, it's a very tough road ahead. The second point is that the BJP has a narrative. They have built their entire narrative against Aam Aadmi Party. And the major plank is the excise policy, versus what AAP claims is that they have worked on the education. They have worked on providing subsidies, healthcare and subsidies. Travel of female ladies are free on the bus. And despite that, they are running a surplus budget government. So it would be a war of narrative, and again I would say it will not be a very easy task for the new CM. And let me also, I was hearing Mr. RP Singh very patiently, and I must raise a point here. Now you may recall last year Supreme Court passed a judgment wherein they said that it is the Aam Aadmi Party, the elected government, that will have a right over to appoint or to transfer any bureaucrat except public order, land and services. It was only the incumbent government at the center, BJP, that passed a bill, and that bill was technically to bypass this judgment. Now, once you have control over the bureaucracy on everything in Delhi, and if you claim that Aam Aadmi Party has not delivered or there have been some shortcomings or pitfalls, then I would say it is the BJP also who is equally responsible. Because why would you have the control over the bureaucracy in your hand when the elected government is at the state, that is Aam Aadmi Party? Once you have chosen to take over control purposefully, then you should also take accountability. Their objections militate against their own narrative that they try to build against the Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, all right. Important point that you make, Kapil Madan. RP Singh, I'd like to come in, please.
See, as far as Supreme Court goes, Kapil Madan is a learned lawyer and a good friend also. He knows that Supreme Court mentioned in their verdict that if need be, the central government or the parliament can bring a bill to help Delhi government do better, perform better. And after the Supreme Court, it was part of the Supreme Court order. So whatever the central government did as per the Supreme Court order, and if they had anything against it, they could have gone to Supreme Court and challenged it, but they didn't have anything against
RP Singh, if I ask you, why didn't you take action against the bureaucrats, you say, why didn't the Aam Aadmi Party sit on a dharna? Now, now if the question is being asked if you're taking accountability, you say that why didn't this matter then reach the Supreme Court of India, again, if there was an objection? Please answer, is there some amount of accountability on the part of the BJP or not? Given the unique nature of how Delhi functions, this is the national capital territory, and how it functions, it is not like any other state where the control is with the state government. It's a unique situation for Delhiites, and they seem to be suffering because of this constant tu-tu-me-me between you and the Aam Aadmi Party.
Well, in that case, that you should not just something. हमने दिल्ली में education model बहुत अच्छा कर दिया, मोहल्ला clinic बहुत अच्छा. Although I've just proven you that they failed on each and every count, but then they keep just something about it that we have done so much of improvement in Delhi, we have turned around Delhi. That's what I'm saying. That Delhi has failed because of the anarchism which they have brought in city and the administrative system which has collapsed because of the anarchism in city. So it's up to them to decide how they want to run Delhi, because in the same pattern, Delhi was run by Sheila Dikshit also, Madana Khana, when they were the government which was the other party in the center.
But we did not see so much acrimony. We did not see so much bitterness between the BJP at that point in time and between Sheila Dikshit. Yes. Come in, Jasmine.
Allow me.
Jasmine Shah, yes.
It depends on the chief minister himself.
Okay.
Let me call out.
Jasmine Shah, the BJP does not like Arvind Kejriwal, so because he's not nice to them, they can't work together, is what I understand from what Mr. RP Singh has said. It depends on the chief minister.
Right.
Well,
this is not.
That was just in jest, by the way, RP Singh. That was just in jest. Yes, Jasmine Shah. Yes, Jasmine Shah.
You know, the interesting thing about not just Mr. RP Singh, but every BJP spokesperson is that every time they will say 2-3 lies. Okay, so let me point out just one lie. He said that nothing happened when Sheila Dikshit was there. All your viewers ought to know that throughout the history of Delhi governments, 1993 Delhi government came into being. Before that, it was a UT. Ever since then, all BJP and Congress chief ministers always had the powers of bureaucracy under them. It was only after the Aam Aadmi Party came to power in 2015, MHA forcibly took it away, the power. It was an 8-year legal battle, and as Kapil Madan said, it was a historic constitutional bench verdict of the CJI, 5-0 verdict, which means that there is no question at all that whether the elected government should control the bureaucracy or not. So, ye jo shadyantra and this conspiracy has been going on for the past decade. But my point is, despite all these obstacles, today you have an outstanding government. Arvind Kejriwal and the Delhi model of governance is being replicated and is being talked about globally. You've never had a first lady of the United States ever visit a BJP government school. Why did Melania Trump come and sit in a happiness class of a Delhi government school? Mohalla clinics are being talked about in United Nations. Kofi Annan has spoken about it. Ban Ki-moon has come and visited it. Has any of your government hospital in a Gujarat or Madhya Pradesh been visited?
Okay, quick response from RP Singh. Okay, quick response. There are many positives, is what he's saying. Okay, RP Singh.
Jasmine Shah, 3 children died because of the wrong medicines prescribed by the Mullah clinic. How can you forget that?
Please, no, I don't protect it.
Sir,
Please
give
fire
me
the
a second. Hold on.
health
I
secretary.
never interrupted you. Jasmine Shah, hold
Please
on.
fire the health
Every
secretary.
year,
No,
every
you
year
should
there's a
answer. You have
dropout
no
rate of 1
answers
lakh
to the
students.
fact,
1
to
lakh
the fact that
students
you are
in
doing a disservice
class
to the
No,
people
nine
of Delhi.
and class
please
11.
let him respond. RP Singh, yes, please go ahead, RP Singh.
Every year, 1 lakh children are dropped out in 9th class and 11th class to just improve the result of 10th and 12th. And those dropouts have to go to open school. This is the condition. And as I told you, Chief Justice, Acting Chief Justice of Delhi Manmohan, he said that the condition of Delhi schools in tatter. It's not my observation, the court observation. Please go to Google and search for it. But fact is that people of Delhi are through with this. Kaat ki handi ek baar chadti hai, do baar chadti hai, not every time.
Okay.
You can't do it again and again. People are fed up of you because they know that you are corrupt, one, and you are not delivering on ground.
Okay.
And again, just wait for another month and a half. You'll find Delhi suffocating.
Okay, let him complete. Let him complete and I'll come back to you, Jasmine Shah. 1 second. Okay.
Delhi will suffer because of the pollution. And every year they will start blaming, this because of Haryana, because of Punjab. Now, they used to say that we'll improve the condition of this pollution in Delhi. So, Delhi is in bad condition. I'll appreciate, send your correspondent or cameraman. I'll give him demarcate the areas, let him go around and see how the road condition in city.
Okay. RP Singh, please be with us once again. Let Jasmine Sir quickly respond and I'll then go back to Kapil Madan for the last words. Yes.
The condition of the BJP government is Delhi is that they want to take all the powers, but they do not want to be held accountable for anything. Please, now let me say.
Okay.
Now,
RP Singh, Jasmine Shah, please. RP Singh, let Jasmine Shah please respond to you.
The condition of BJP is that they have tried everything that they could to assert power because they know they cannot defeat Arvind Kejriwal. They tried stopping our government. Still, we have done all the works. The sole responsibility that the people of Delhi had given, because the union government controls law and order. Do you know what is the situation of law and order? Delhi is the crime capital and rape capital of India for the past 10 years. And the number of cases, the number of crime incidences have doubled. Mr. RP Singh, tell me one thing your government has done to improve the crime situation. Be held accountable for your functions. If you ask me questions on health and education, I have 10 things to say. How things have improved and become the best across India. But in matters where you have complete accountability, you have no answers. It shows that you're only bothered about politics. And people of Delhi are seeing through this. They are seeing what kind of injustice was done to Arvind Kejriwal. A completely honest man, nothing found after 2 years of witch hunt. Supreme Court has given bail, called your CBI and ED as caged parrot. You should be ashamed of it and your home minister should have resigned.
Okay, that's something that the jury really is out on that because this is an ongoing...
That is why he resigned.
Your chief minister is corrupt.
This is an ongoing case. Okay, this is an ongoing case. The jury is still out on that. Kapil Madan, how do you see the next few months as far as governance is concerned? Because we do understand that there's been fair amount of backlog of work, also because of this ongoing non-cooperation movement in Delhi. And people in Delhi are suffering. Like in just a few weeks from now, we'll have the problem of air pollution. Once again, the Yamuna is yet to be cleaned up. A lot of work to be done in the next 5 months. Arvind Kejriwal, I think, is going to be focusing on the political affairs of the Aam Aadmi Party, elections in Delhi. He is the face of the Aam Aadmi Party and he's going to go all out to retain Delhi. That really is going to be the strategy. Kapil Madan, your thoughts?
Yes, I agree with you. I think Mr. Kejriwal is focusing on the party structure and that perhaps look and appears to be the reason why he has taken this step of resignation and has given greens to Ms. Atishi, who is now the new chief minister. Also, this also gives a message to people and, counters the narrative of Bharatiya Janata Party, wherein they have said that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, despite being in jail, he has not resigned. And now, since he has come out and has given a resignation, the message Mr. Kejriwal has sent to people of Delhi is that he is not someone who is glued to the chair. He is not someone who is working only for his own chair and position, and he has given up that. Now, I will also want to say here, I would like to usefully refer to the Supreme Court decision. Why did that decision came on the services? The decision, the premise of the judgment was that in democracy, ultimately, the government is accountable to the people. And if the government who is accountable to the people, if you tie their hand and you give the power on bureaucracy to a different body, then technically the government will not be able to answer back to the people, will be able to go back to the people and explain. That was the premise of it. Once you have tied the hands of the current Delhi government, everything that you are questioning the Aam Aadmi Party government, BJP
that's the problem there. That really is the dichotomy here. I'm really, in fact, going to apologize to you because we're running out of time here, Kapil Madan. But your point has been well taken. I'm going to thank you and RP Singh as well as Jasmine Shah for joining in with your perspectives and your views on what really lies ahead for the national capital. The unique situation that is, in fact, there in Delhi as far as division of work and division of labor here is concerned. And like I said, the non-cooperation movement, which is very much on